Right, it's meant to be a blackout, and um, I don't want to upset anyone because it's nothing serious. I'm just crying watching a film, but I just feel guided to record like my raw reaction, right? Because although people see me crying, more than most, to be honest, if we're honest about it, I do cry on lives or on videos, whether you can see my face or my hands, like I do it when I'm guided. But I just felt like if I spoke about how this film was affecting me after I've watched it all, it wouldn't have the same effect. So I'm being creative in the deep feels of Scorpio season, guys. I just have to ground myself a little bit. Right, so basically this film is called 5 Feet Apart. And apart from the fact that it's quite triggering with all the masks and standing 5 feet apart and everything, I can actually find it less triggering because it's not about, like, when people had to do that before. It's about the fact that they've got things like cystic fibrosis and but it's just kind of blown my mind that I was guided to watch this for loads of reasons. But I thought, this looks like it's going to be a bit like The Fault in Our Stars or My Sister's Keeper. Now, I watched The Fault in Our Stars. I think I maybe watched that about 3 or 4 years ago, and I was absolutely gobsmacked by the synchronicities that really personally spoke to me in that. And sorry, there's like really weird noises outside, but I don't know if that'll pick up. And yeah, that's an amazing, beautiful film. And then I remember watching My Sister's Keeper. My God, I watched that like so many years ago. Yeah, I can't even remember how many years ago. But what I can remember is like I actually had to like really stop and like ground myself because like I was hyperventilating, crying it. Like I just I couldn't watch it. And now what's kind of interesting is, unbeknownst to me, like several years later, I would be working like in the exact place that, like, you know what I mean, like that's about children with cancer, and then I ended up working in a children's cancer ward. So yeah, it's kind of interesting because it's like there's a mixture of like, yeah, I just feel the more I watch this, because I'm basically 45 minutes into it and it says it's 1 hour 56 minutes, so 31 seconds if we're being exact. It's not actually been triggering me about any of that yet, but I know it's gonna, because I can feel I can feel lots of energy around me. In the spirit world. And of course it's Mediumship Monday. But remember, there was actually quite a few children. They won't be here now. So anyway, just asking them to step back. But the reason why I actually was crying was because I just looked at 441, was because, like, I might as well just sort of say what I've got just now, because I'm going to piece this together with when I record it, when I've watched it all. But you see how, like, as I'm talking, it does calm me down. when I'm crying like that, this does calm me down. Um, so they meet and they act like they don't like each other, right? But I don't know how he realizes she's got a YouTube channel, but he goes and like watches her, but like they're still acting like they don't like each other, and also like they have to like stand apart when they're talking and stuff. Um, but basically he's like self-sabotaging because he's not doing the things he's meant to do for his health because they're both like seriously ill. And but she's got like control issues and it like annoys her. Like it's more than annoying, like it's like she's got OCD, like she has to know that he's doing it right. So she asks him, like, she basically admits to him, she's like, look, please just, can you do what you're meant to do? Because it's driving me nuts. Because obviously it's like, you know, they're starting to care about each other. And so she shows him how to basically, you know, she shows him self love and self care. And he starts to take care of himself. Like, she basically teaches him exactly what to do to heal as his guide. Um, you can see where I'm going with this. It is like, although this is extreme examples for it, it is what happens on the Twinflame journey. Um, and and also the thing about the whole control issues is very Twinflame journey as well. You know, like the only thing she can control is keeping on top of taking her medication at the right time and all that kind of stuff. Because she can't control the outcome of her health and all this. So I'll put in the comments as well. If you want to watch this, don't, you know, it'll be a spoiler alert, don't listen. Um, so he says, look, can I draw you? If I'm going to agree to like do what you want me to do, can I draw you? And first she says no. And she's also got this thing about making lists, to-do lists. Which there's not, but basically there's a couple of wee things here and there that the making lists is very, I do that a lot. Like I have to go by my to-do list. Like I have to look at that a couple of times a day. Even if I'm not really doing much that day or leaving the house, like I have to. So that really spoke to me, might speak to some of you. But anyway, a bit through the film, the nurse that they know really well says, I like seeing you like this, hopeful. Like she says to the guy, because he's taking care of himself because he's been listening to the girl. And then all the while, right, remember, like they're acting like they don't like each other, and she's like, look, you know, I'm just helping you because it's driving me nuts. You're not looking after yourself, and but you can tell they're like falling for each other, and and then there's a picture behind her that's really beautiful, and he's like, oh, did you do that? And she's like, no, it was my sister Abby, and he's like, oh right, well, I can't remember. He said something like, I'd like to see more of her work or something. And then, so she goes quite cold and she says, we don't have to share our stories. We can just do our treatments together. So it's, you know, quite cold and cutting. And she hangs up the phone and he's like, because they have to talk through the phone because it's safer with what they're both dealing with. And, you know, he's like confused. So he goes to investigate on well, I think it's meant to be YouTube. It's meant to be some kind of social media. It's no YouTube actually, because she pauses it at one point. Maybe it's maybe TikTok or something, but whatever it looks like, it's, you know, a video kind of platform. But the thing is as well, like, Joanna, I'm cringing because it's like, yes, I am one of the divine feminines on YouTube because that's how you're watching this right now. But there are other divine feminines as well. There's other divine feminine females. There's divine feminine males. There's actually other divine masculine males and females too. But and there will be more. But yeah, this could speak to you in different ways too. But I have to be honest, that is the bit that was really sort of kept making me cry at like bits as well. But anyway, right, so he goes to investigate and he realises that her sister must be dead. Um, and so that's the bit I've just got to, right? So he tries to help her and he goes and he's like, you've got survivor's guilt. Because she's like, it should have been me, my mum and dad weren't prepared for my sister to die, I'm the one that's ill, all that kind of stuff. So it's like she kind of tells him to back off because he's trying to help her now, and she's like back off. So, and then he draws her a wee cartoon to say sorry, and then this is a bit. I've just paused it at, and so honestly, if you watch this film, you'll get what I mean. But the thing is, I think they're wanting me to show you the emotion because I don't think it will. I'm pretty sure this won't hit you in the same way it was hit me and what it means. Unless you are one of the ones that is doing similar to me. That's why I don't know when I'll put this out. But I'll put it out at some point. If I can get the freaking words out. He turns up and with all the gear on, right? Like totally head to toe and all the protective gear because she basically gets an infection in her line and that can be fatal, so she needs to have an operation. But he works out from watching the videos that her sister used to support her with everything, right? And then so listen to this. He walks in the room and she's waiting for surgery, and she's like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "Oh, I've just taken a wrong turn. I thought it was the toilet." And because they've got that kind of banter of each other. And then I'll try and get these words out, but this is the bit I found it really hit me in the feels. It's your first surgery without Abby. I've seen all your. Oh my god, what the hell? The someone's beeping the horn outside. That could be symbolic or something. Something unexpected. Like this in this film. Except I knew from about 10 minutes in, I thought, I bet you this is going to be about he falls in love with her from watching her online. Gets to know her that way. Yeah, he says it's your first surgery without Abby. I've seen all your movies. Some might say I'm your biggest fan. And I've got 3 sobbing emoji things because, it's. I got what the message was for anyone that speaks to. And yeah, it's just he's got to know her and fall in love with her through watching her online with vlogs, some call it, I suppose, or yeah, because it's vlogs that she's maybe doing actually. So yeah, and see how that's just calmed me down. So yeah, I'll just stop this video here and I'll probably piece it together with when I've watched the rest. But I definitely think that's going to speak to some people, that if you do talk about your journey online to help other people, including your masculine or your feminine, whoever this is speaking to, I think you could have somebody, I think that could be a direct channeling, that somebody's been watching all of your videos and they're your biggest fan and they might just be admitting that. Anyway, I'm going to watch the rest of this film. Only I'm ending it at 14:41. Right, so I'm actually just I think it's about 10 minutes away from ending this film. And oh my god, it didn't get any less sad. Oh, it's not even new. Wow, it's from 2019. God, I thought it was new. Mm. Anyway, God, well, listen, I'm warning you now. Watch if you watch that. I hope you're in needing a good cry because it's very sad, very beautiful as well. But yeah, it just puts basically just puts a lot in perspective about things we take for granted, like even just the simple things like being able to hug someone or hold their hand or kiss them, or obviously all the rest of it too. But these little things, because they can't do that, it's just yeah, you'll get it when you watch it. Anyway, this happens quite a lot, right? Where whenever I can remember being inconsolable watching like some kind of love film or sad film or something, right? If there's a deck of cards or that I've ordered, which I try to limit when basically, especially when I get ones like this because I've got so many of them. But I've wanted this one for ages, and these are like literally next to nothing. You can get them for like £7 or something. So, um, but I thought this is gonna be interesting. So I was gonna like pull the cards, on the video, but the reason these are sitting here is that when I was shuffling, like that fell out and then that fell out, and I'm pretty sure I've not looked at them all yet, but I've seen other people using them. I think that's the only card in it that mentions Twinflame. I might be wrong, but I basically got from this because I think these cards are a bit of a copy of the Doreen Virtue ones because that's the same wording, but this is quite scarily on point with what I was crying about with the film because I'm going to add this bit on the bit I was sobbing at earlier. Oh, actually, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. No, yeah, wait a minute. I'm not adding it on, so because I was really, really upset. So I will put it out at some point, but I don't think I'll be putting that out. Yeah, I don't know about that because I've not watched it back and I was like really inconsolable. I wanted to capture the moment. So anyway, just know that I'd spoke about this film and the one before, 5 feet apart, and yeah, there's a specific bit in it where he says basically she's vlogging about her illness, and they're acting like they both don't like each other, but you can tell they do like each other. And anyway, he's secretly watching her vlogs, and so there gets to a bit in the film where he says, she's like, how did you know, right? And I won't spoil what that's about. And he's like, this is going to make no sense if I decide to join this on the other bit, but I'm assuming I'm not. Because it was just listen, it was really really raw, right? And I'm sure I wouldn't mind putting it up later on, but I mean I don't know. Um, and anyway, he's like, I've been watching your movies. Some would say I'm your biggest fan, and I was just gone. I was absolutely gone. So, because it feels like a direct channeling to well anybody that does similar. Um, anybody that does similar, female and male, several people. Yeah, is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Yeah, the someone is your twin flame. So this isn't everyone's. It's going to speak to some. This person is your mirror soul. This is why his connection feels so sacred to you. Right? What else do we need to know? Like I said, the timing of this arriving was right when I was crying as the film's ending. Well, about to. Jealousies from others may serve as obstacles to success in your connection. I mean, well, I mean, that's funny. That looked like hair or something was stuck in it. It's a pattern on the yeah, just what comes up all the time. Very Scorpio season, so I feel other people could have got in the way of this connection. Other people's jealousies specifically. Yes, this person is your soulmate, your sacred connection, but it's more than your soulmate. It's your twin flame. And be honest, heart to heart conversations are necessary. It's safe for you to talk about your feelings. I'm just going to leave it there, but I might add it on to another bit. Like I said, I might even add up. I just wanted to see what came out. Hmm. Oh my god, I just pressed pause for a few seconds and I've just realised. So this is kind of a spoiler alert. And like I said, if this is all confusing because I added the video on where I was crying at the start, then whatever. That's my creative art. And the thing is, that leads me nicely on to, this is a spoiler alert, that card that just said about deception from your twin flame. This is really, I'm going to have to put this video out at least because this is really potent. If your divine masculine or you happens to be like really good at drawing or painting or writing or like whatever your creative expression is, this is really going to speak to you. Or like I said, so this could be you or this could be your person, because he basically says to her like, oh, you know, like he says, can I draw you, right? Like a bit like a Titanic. And then when he shows her the drawings, like it's always cartoons and it's like funny pictures and stuff. And he's like, yeah, I feel cartoons like really capture the moment better than words, right? Which is true. But now it's got to yeah, we're literally like less than 10 minutes away from the end. And well, yeah, let's just say she's been handed a book of his like other drawings, and they're like stunning. They're like beautiful, serious portraits. So yeah, I really do feel that this, and when I say I really do feel that is the message coming stronger. This is, I wish I hadn't put those cards back, but it's just perfect. I did take a picture there though, so that'll probably be the thumbnail. Whatever you've seen about this person, or if you're the divine masculine, whatever you've showed your divine feminine, it's like only like the tiniest bit of who they are or who you are, because it's like this whole other hidden depth to the guy she's in love with. Is like she's now seeing it through these drawings. God, that is like so, that's gonna get me crying again. Yeah, that's really, really deep. That is so Mercury and Scorpio, like so. Yeah, that is wow. Right, what else do we need to know? Oh, nothing has gone wrong. Trust the process. This connection is divinely timed. That's quite a beautiful message. These will just be different messages for different people. Have faith. The angels are working behind the scene to make this relationship flourish. By the way, there's not all nicey nice ones in this. I think there's some other ones. God, we do one more and then I'll watch the end of this film, sob my heart out. That one again. This person is your mirror soul. This connection feels so sacred. This is just even more magical. That's Mediumship Monday, and like, I might put out that video where I was sobbing my heart out. As long as you can, I can handle it. If you can handle it, like I said there, I was just guided to do it because I'm like really, really strong. But I think it's good for sometimes for people to hear me like that, and just for all of you to remember that about all Aries, that you know we can have our moments of being upset as well. Nothing has gone wrong. Have faith in yourself and in your twin flame is what I'm getting from that. Whew, right, I'm going to watch the end of this film, but yeah, so deep. I knew that's what they were telling me throughout the film too, that I did have the strongest feeling it was going to be that he actually was like a really brilliant artist in that way as well. My God, right, okay, I'm going to watch the rest of this. Okay, so because I paused it, I can't even remember what I last said, but I'm going to shuffle these. Oh my God, I've just put a post on the community tab for use to remind people to put a thought out to their loved ones in spirit. I might use these cards, like I might do it like a message from your twin flames higher self. I'll just see. I could actually just do that now. I don't know. I'm gonna watch it all and see if that one where I'm really upset is actually watchable. Then I might just, I don't know what's the part and message. But yeah, so I've wrote it. I don't know if I said it in this, but if you're, I think I did just say it, didn't I? See, this is what I mean. I'm so spaced out. See, when the sun moves out my 12th house, I'll be happy because I'm like a space cadet. Yeah, if you happen to be like, you know, if I don't call myself a filmmaker, but do you know what I mean? I suppose it's like if you happen to make videos or audios, or if you write or draw or paint or anything like that, or anything that you consider, you know, your creativity, because there's other things that's kind of thing right now, sing, dance, then that'll really speak to you, because that was like so poignant that, yeah, I did just talk about that bit, didn't I? That was really moving. The hidden depths. There's just something really in there here about somebody showing you a side of them that they've never shown before. Because maybe they've just found it themselves, but that's really deep. Redirect your thoughts. Focus on what you want to attract in this relationship, not on what you fear will happen. That feels really important, because Scorpio season can be doom and gloom. I looked at 11:11 there, but it won't be at your end because if I'll piece it together. Oh no, yeah, it won't be at your end because I've put it on pause. Yeah, so make sure you're focused on what you do want. Have faith, like the last cards. Oh my God, have faith, and then I pull take a leap of faith. Only when you're willing to step out your comfort zone will you reap great rewards. That is pretty creepy, but creepy cool, because I just literally wrote in that post what said at the end of the film. Wait a minute, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to read it because it'll get lost in the community tab, and it was really beautiful what she says. So she says, human touch, our first form of human contact. It connects us when we're happy, bolsters us in times of fear, excites us in times of passion and love. We need that touch from the one we love just as much as we need to breathe, but I never understood the importance of touch, his touch, until I couldn't have it. So if you're watching this and you're able, touch him, touch her. Life's too short to waste a second. And then I actually kind of like, I cut bits out of that because it was really long, but that was the gist of it. And then the song that came on at the end kind of gave me chills because it's a song that I added to my Spotify, and I don't even know where I don't know where I heard it, to be honest. I just heard it somewhere and I added it. But that, so it's kind of interesting because I've heard it before because it's on my Spotify, and it's Don't Give Up on Me, Andy Grammer. But the thing is, that's powerful because that song's like, well, it's just talking about like, I will fight for us. I'm not giving up. No, not yet, even when it's my last breath. So that's what anyway, I don't know it that well, but I know that that's the gist of it. Yeah, anyway, I need to go and get a cup of tea. That was exhausting, but okay, very interesting. Look what's about to happen here. This is hilarious. I mean, look, this is how I'm so unique, because nobody else is going to say that 418, oh, you can't even see it, that 418 means union, because I came to that conclusion because of what it means. Can you see? It's about to change to 418 as I'm recording. This is all the spirit world. This is all God and the guides making this happen. You can see that, eh? 16, 17, about to turn 18. So look what that's doing to the light. So that is definitely symbolic of, yeah, union. There we go, 418. Redirect your thoughts. And those of you that need to take a leap of faith, there's your sign. It's all going to be all right. Whoa. Forgive and release. You're stronger when you carry love and forgiveness rather than anger. Wow. Wow, by the way, that's crazy, because the ones I've filmed, I feel like I want to look at this too. This is risky because I haven't looked at all of these, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be dodgy ones. The ones I've filmed that were nearly 2 weeks ago now, or no, they were 2 weeks ago now, are about that. Distance. The separation you're experiencing is necessary to help the relationship grow. Well, that's true. It serves a purpose. They're the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. I'm going to look at them all individually after, because boundaries. You need to teach people how to treat you by being clear on what you will or won't allow. And I think that's what's happened here in the separation. The masculines that needed to learn what they needed to learn have learned what they needed to learn. The feminines, you've learned what you needed to learn. You've all learned. We've all learned. Pay attention to signs, synchronicities. You have been noticing or not, because that's just totally magical. Along with the actual synchronicity of these cards arriving as I'm pulling my eyes out at this very beautiful film, which is like Our Fault in the Stars, The Sacred Keepers, and Romeo and Juliet all rolled into one. Right, I'm going to end it there.